The rain hammered against the window like it was trying to break in, mirroring the storm raging inside me as I stared at the ceiling of Alex's room. My best friend snoring obliviously beside me. I'd lied to my parents about crashing here for a group project. But the truth was sharper. I couldn't face going home to the empty house where my secrets echoed louder than the thunder. And then the door creaked open. And there he was, Ryan, Alex's older brother. His silhouette filling the frame like a promise I both craved and feared. His voice a low rumble that sliced through the night. "Jason, you awake? We need to talk now." I bolted upright, heart slamming against my ribs, the sheets tangling around my legs like they knew I was trapped. Ryan stepped in, closing the door with a soft click that felt final. His damp hair from the storm outside clinging to his forehead. That familiar smirk playing on his lips, but shadowed by something darker, more urgent. Alex mumbled in his sleep, oblivious to the electricity crackling between us. The kind that had been building since the first time I'd seen Ryan toss a football in their backyard 2 summers ago. His laughter easy and magnetic, pulling me into a world where I wasn't just the quiet kid hiding who he really was. "What is it?" I whispered, my voice barely audible over the downpour. But Ryan crossed the room in 2 strides, dropping onto the bed's edge so close I could smell the rain on his skin mixed with that cologne that haunted my dreams, citrus and smoke. Freedom and fire. He leaned in, his blue eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that made the air thicken. And for a split second, I thought he might finally say it. The words I'd replayed in my head 1,000 times, that he felt it too. This pull that twisted my gut every time he ruffled my hair or called me kid with that teasing lilt. But instead, his hand gripped my knee under the covers, firm and unyielding, sending a jolt straight through me. "You think you can keep pretending, Jason, after last time?" His whisper was rough, laced with frustration and something rawer hurt. Maybe, or the same fear that clawed at me. Last time, the sleepover 3 months ago when the power went out during a blizzard, and we'd huddled in the basement with blankets and bad horror movies. His arm brushing mine until it wasn't accidental anymore, until his breath ghosted my neck and I pulled away like a coward, mumbling excuses about the cold. I'd bolted the next morning, leaving him staring after me with eyes that accused and invited all at once. I swallowed hard, the room spinning as memories flooded back the way his laugh lines crinkled when he talked about college applications, his dreams of escaping this sleepy Ohio suburb for the lights of Chicago, where no one knew your name or your family's expectations. Ryan was 22, home from his first semester at community college, the golden boy with the Letterman jacket and the easy charm that made girls in mess stumble over words. But beneath it, I'd glimpsed the cracks, the arguments with his dad about getting serious, the late nights he spent sketching in his room, hidden from the world. And me, Jason Harper, 18 and freshly out to exactly no one. The skinny kid with the graphic tees and the sketchbook full of faces I shouldn't draw. Faces like his. "I don't know what you mean." I lied, but my voice cracked, betraying me, and Ryan's grip tightened just enough to make me gasp. "Bullshit," he murmured, his face inches from mine now, the heat of him cutting through the chill seeping from the window. Thunder rolled outside, shaking the house, and in that vibration, I felt the dam break his free hand cupping my jaw, thumb tracing my lower lip with a gentleness that shattered me. I'd imagined this 100 times, but the reality was fiercer, the scrape of his stubble against my skin as he closed the distance. His lips crashing into mine, not soft, not tentative, but hungry, like he'd been starving for this as long as I had. I froze for a heartbeat, then melted, my hands fisting in his shirt, pulling him closer as the world narrowed to the taste of him salt and rain and forbidden want. Alex shifted in his sleep, a reminder of the line we were obliterating. But Ryan didn't pull back. If anything, he deepened the kiss, a low groan escaping him that vibrated through my chest. When we broke apart, gasping, his forehead pressed to mine, eyes stormy as the night outside. I've wanted that since the day you showed up at our door with that stupid skateboard. All gangly limbs and shy smiles. He confessed, voice husky, fingers threading through my hair. But you're Alex's best friend. My little brother's shadow. And Jason, I can't stop thinking about you. The admission hung between us, heavy with the weight of what it meant, betrayal to family, risk to everything we'd built in this conservative corner of Cleveland, where whispers could unravel lives. My parents, with their church suppers and sideways glances at those city types, would never understand. Alex, loyal and straight as an arrow, would feel shattered. But in that moment, with Ryan's breath mingling with mine, none of it mattered. The fear, the fallout. Only this, the spark igniting into flame. We didn't sleep that night. Ryan talked, really talked, for the first time about the pressure of being the responsible one. How his dad's belt marks from football practices had turned into expectations he couldn't meet. How he'd kissed a guy at a frat party freshman year and panicked, burying it deep. I spilled too, haltingly, the bullying in middle school when they found my drawings. The way I'd stare at boys in the locker room and hate myself for it. The isolation of loving someone you could never have. Dawn crept in, painting the room gray. And as Alex stirred, Ryan slipped away with a final, searing look that promised more. Stay over again soon. He whispered at the door. Promise me. I nodded, heart pounding, knowing I was in too deep. The next week blurred by in a haze of school hallways and stolen glances at their house across the street. And Alex, inseparable since kindergarten, trading comic books and video game strategies. But now every laugh felt laced with guilt. Ryan was there in the background, fixing the garage door or mowing the lawn shirtless, sweat glistening on his skin, catching my eye with a wink that made my stomach flip. I avoided him, or tried to, burying myself in homework and late-night sketches of his profile, the curve of his smile. But Alex noticed something off. Dude, you okay? You've been spacey as hell. I forced a grin, muttering about college stress. But inside, the secret festered, sweet and poisonous. It was Friday when the invitation came casual. From Alex, sleepover. Man, Dad's out of town. Mom's got book club. Ryan's making his famous chili. My pulse raced. I should have said no. Made up an excuse about family dinner. But the pull was magnetic. Yeah, sure, I said, voice steady despite the tremor in my hands. That night, the house smelled of spices and warmth. The three of us sprawled in the living room with controllers in hand, battling zombies on the big screen. Ryan's knee pressed against mine under the coffee table. Deliberate, his eyes flicking to me with heat that made me fumble every shot. Alex hooped in victory, clueless, and I laughed along. But my skin burned where Ryan touched. As the hours ticked toward midnight, Alex yawned, declaring defeat. I'm crashing early, got that shift at the diner tomorrow. He clapped my shoulder, heading upstairs, leaving us alone with the dying fire in the hearth and the weight of unspoken promises. Ryan didn't waste time. He stood, extending a hand, his voice low. Come on, Jason. My room. We need to finish what we started. My breath hitched, but I took his hand, letting him lead me up the creaking stairs, past Alex's door, into the sanctuary of his space posters of indie bands and city skylines on the walls. A guitar in the corner, the bed unmade like an invitation. He didn't hold back this time. The door barely clicked shut before his mouth was on mine again. Fiercer, hands roaming with a confidence that stole my air. We tumbled onto the bed, clothes shedding like inhibitions, his body solid and warm against mine. Every touch a revelation, fingers tracing scars I didn't know he had. Lips mapping paths I'd only dreamed. "You're beautiful," he murmured against my collarbone, voice breaking with emotion. And I believed him, for the first time feeling seen, not hidden. Laughter bubbled up between gasps, nervous and real, as we explored, awkward at first then fluid. The rain from that first night, a distant memory replaced by this storm of our own making. But dawn brought reality crashing in. Voices downstairs, Alex. Early riser. Banging pots for breakfast. Ryan froze above me, eyes wide with sudden clarity. "Shit. What are we doing?" he hissed, scrambling for shirts. But the panic in his voice cut deeper than any blade. I dressed in silence, the afterglow souring into dread. And when we descended, Alex grinned over pancakes. "You two look wrecked." "Late night gaming." Ryan forced a laugh, but his hand brushed mine under the table. "A secret anchor." Driving home, windows down, wind whipping my hair. I replayed it, all the tenderness, the terror. This wasn't just a crush. It was a collision course. Weeks turned into a fragile rhythm, stolen moments in the garage when Alex ran errands, heated whispers behind the bleachers at school events, Ryan's truck pulling up late at night for drives to the lake where we'd park and lose ourselves in each other. He was gentle, teaching me with patience that made my chest ache. But there was fire 2 nights when frustration boiled over. Him pinning me against the seat, kisses bruising with need. "I love you," he said one evening, stars pricking the sky, his head on my lap as I stroked his hair. The words hung, terrifying and true. "I love you too," I whispered back. But doubt gnawed. How long could we hide? The crack came at Thanksgiving. Family dinner at their house. Tables groaning with turkey and pie. Aunts and uncles trading stories. I sat across from Ryan, our feet tangling under the cloth. A game to pass the agony of proximity. But his dad, red-faced from wine, launched into a rant about those Hollywood agendas pushing filth on kids. Eyes narrowing on the TV in the corner, playing some news clip about marriage equality. Ryan's jaw clenched, fork scraping plate. And when our eyes met, I saw the storm brewing. Later, in the kitchen, washing dishes side by side, he gripped the sponge too hard. "I can't do this forever, Jason." Pretending. His voice was raw, eyes pleading. "What if we told them? Alex first." Panic surged. "No, God. Ryan. He'd hate us. And your parents." The words died as his mom bustled in, oblivious. But the seed was planted, festering. The holiday haze lifted slowly, but the tension coiled tighter. A spring ready to snap. December brought snow to Cleveland, blanketing the streets in white silence that muffled our secrets but amplified the echoes in my head. School break meant more time together officially, hanging with Alex for snowball fights and hot cocoa runs. But unofficially, Ryan's texts lighting up my phone at odd hours. "Meet me at the old mill." I'd sneak out, heart hammering, bundling into his coat that smelled like him, our breaths fogging in the cold as we kissed against rusted metal, hands seeking warmth under layers. Each time felt like defiance, a stolen piece of joy in a world that wouldn't understand. But guilt shadowed every high. Alex cornered me one afternoon in his room, tossing a controller aside mid-game. "Spill it, Jay. You've been weird since that first sleepover. Is it a girl? Some crush making you mope?" His eyes, so like Ryan's but softer, unguarded, twisted the knife. I wanted to confess, to unburden, but the word stuck. "Nah, just stress." I lied, hating the flicker of hurt in his face. He punched my arm lightly. "Whatever, man. But you know you can tell me anything." The irony burned. Ryan felt it too. That night, curled in his bed while Alex thought we were watching movies downstairs. He traced patterns on my back, voice muffled against my shoulder. I hate lying to him. To everyone. His fingers stilled, and I turned, meeting his gaze in the lamplight vulnerable. The cocky exterior stripped away. Remember that summer camp story I told you? The one where I almost came out. I nodded. The tale of a lakeside confession to a counselor who'd shut him down with prey on it. Son. Ryan's laugh was bitter. Feels like that again. But with you. It's worth the risk. We made love slowly then. Reverent. As if sealing a pact. But sleep evaded me. Visions of shattered friendships haunting the dark. New Year's Eve cracked the facade. Alex's party teens crammed into their basement. Bass thumping from speakers. Red Solo cups sweating condensation. Ryan hovered on the edges, playing host. But his eyes tracked me like a lifeline. I danced with a girl from chem class to blend in. Her giggles grating. Until Ryan pulled me aside into the laundry room. Door locking with a decisive snick. Watching you with her fuck. Jason. It kills me. His kiss was possessive. Hands framing my face. And I surrendered. The world fading to the thud of my pulse. But voices neared Alex's laugh. Then his knock. Jay? You in there? We froze. Ryan's hand over my mouth. Stifling a gasp. Yeah. Grabbing chips. I called. Voice strained. He slipped out first. Casual as ever. Leaving me to compose myself. Mirror reflecting flushed cheeks and wild eyes. The close call lingered. Days later. Over greasy diner fries after a pickup basketball game. Alex. Alex wiped ketchup from his chin. Grinning. You two are like oil and water lately. What's up? Ryan choked on his soda. And I busied with my phone. But the question hung. That evening. Alone in my room. Ryan called. We can't keep this up. It's eating us alive. His voice cracked. And mine did too. Then what? Run away. The idea sparked Chicago. His dream city. Apartments and anonymity. Maybe. He breathed. Together. January thawed the snow, but not our resolve. We planned in whispers, save money from my part-time gig at the comic shop. His shifts at the auto body. Stolen weekends became blueprints drives to empty parks where we'd spread blankets and dream aloud. Ryan sketched us in the city. Me with a portfolio of art. Him gigging with his guitar in smoky bars. No hiding. He'd say. Kissing my knuckles. Just us. Romance bloomed in the mundane. Mixtapes of The National and Hosier slipped into my backpack. Notes folded like origami. Your smile undoes me. I'd blush. Tucking them away. Treasures against the storm. But storms brew quiet. One February night. Power out again. Fate's cruel joke. Alex invited me over. Bro night, with board games and ghost stories. Ryan joined. The three of us huddled by candlelight. But the air hummed with undercurrents. A tale turned personal, Alex joking about, what if one of us was gay? Would it freak you out? Ryan's laugh was forced. Nah. Love's love. His foot nudged mine under the table. Electric. I mumbled agreement. But inside, turmoil raged. Later, as Alex dozed on the couch, Ryan pulled me into the hallway, backing me against the wall. Say it again. He demanded, lips brushing my ear. That you choose me. Always. I gasped. But footsteps. Alex. Yawning. We sprang apart. Hearts in throats. The fracture widened mid-month. Ryan's dad found a sketch Ryan's. Of two men entwined. Faces blurred but evocative. What the hell is this? Roared through the house. I heard it from my porch across the street. Ryan's voice. Defiant. Art. Dad. Imagination. But the slap echoed. Then silence. He texted later, "Stay away tonight. Need space." I paced, anguish coiling, until dawn when he appeared at my window like a ghost. Lip split, eyes bruised. "He doesn't get it," he whispered, collapsing into my arms. We held each other in the dark, tears mixing, his body shaking. I won't let him break us. But doubt seated, was love enough against fists and fear? Spring teased with warmth, but our paradise cracked further. Alex confronted Ryan after overhearing the fight. "Dad's on a rampage. What's with the drawing?" Ryan deflected, but Alex turned to me next, suspicion sharpening. "You know something, don't you?" "At the mall. Browsing records." He pressed. "Ryan's been off. And you always disappearing together." Sweat beaded my neck. "Just hanging. Man." But his eyes narrowed. Trust fraying. Climax brewed at prom. Alex's idea. Group tickets. I went stag. Ryan as chaperone with his girlfriend prop. A girl from work. Jealousy gnawed as they danced, her hand on his arm, until he slipped away, finding me on the bleachers outside. "Can't breathe in there," he said, pulling me into shadows behind the gym. The kiss was desperate, clothes rumpling, but headlights swept a teacher's car. We fled, laughing breathlessly, but the risk amplified everything. Back home, the high crashed into reality's wall. My mom, sorting laundry, found a mixtape label Ryan's handwriting. "For Songs for Us." "Who's this from?" she asked, tone casual but eyes probing. I snatched it, mumbling "friend," but her frown lingered, the kind that promised questions later. Church that Sunday. Pastor's sermon on traditional families hit like arrows, and I slipped out midway, texting Ryan, "Need you." He met me at the park, swing set creaking under our weight. "It's closing in," I admitted, head on his shoulder. He kissed my temple. "We'll fight it. Together." But togetherness tested limits. Alex's birthday loomed. Pool party at their place. Neighbors mingling. Ryan and I coordinated glances. Brushes in the kitchen. But Alex watched, brow furrowed. During cake, he pulled me aside. "Swear on our friendship. Is something going on with you and Ryan?" The world tilted. "What?" "No," but my stutter betrayed. Hurt flashed in his eyes. "Liar." He stormed off, leaving me gutted. That night, Ryan found me on his porch. Rain starting again. "He knows." The words tumbled out, and Ryan paled. "Shit. How bad?" We argued, whispers turning sharp, my fear of losing Alex, his frustration at hiding. "I'm tired of shadows. Jason." He paced, then stopped, cupping my face. "But I can't lose you." We made up fiercely inside, body speaking what words couldn't. But the rift with Alex yawned. Reconciliation attempt. I cornered Alex at school. Lunch tray trembling. "It's true. I love him." Shock. Then rage. "My brother." "Dude, that's messed up." He punched the table. "How long?" "Months." I confessed. Tears well betrayal. Confusion. "You're like family. This. It changes everything." He walked away. But days later, a text, talk. Coffee shop. Awkward sips. "Doesn't make sense," he said. "But if it makes you happy, just don't hurt him." Tentative bridge. But fragile. Summer heat amplified tensions. Ryan's job ramped up. Nights apart stretching longing. One evening, bonfire at the lake group outing. Alex there, cordial but distant. Ryan and I stole moments by the water, his hand in mine under stars. Chicago summer. He murmured. Beaches. No stairs. Dream fueled us. But family storm hit. Ryan's dad, sniffing suspicion. Confronted, that boy's always around. What's the deal? Ryan snapped back. Friend. Dad. Drop it. Escalated to shouts. Door slam. Ryan fled to me. Packing a bag. I'm out a few pushes. My parents. Oblivious. Hosted dinner awkward with Ryan's sudden visit. Mom's questions probed. Such a nice young man. Dad's nod approval. Ironic. August brought crossroads. College loomed. Ryan transferring to U Chicago. Me community with art focus. Come with me. He urged. But finances chained. Fights flared. You don't trust us enough to try. It's not that, it's real life. Reconciliation's raw. Emotional. Reaffirming love. Hurricane weakened literal storm. Power grids down. Alex. Bridging. Invited stay over, like old times. Tension thick. First night. Separate rooms. But midnight knock. Ryan. Desperate. We met in basement. Blankets fort. Whispers turning touches. Alex caught a storage jar. Silhouettes. What the fuck? Flashlight beam. Horror on his face. Confrontation exploded. My best friend and my brother. In my house. Tears. Accusations. Ryan stood firm. I love him. Alex. End of story. I echoed. Voice breaking. Alex raged. Then crumpled. Feels like betrayal. But seeing you too. It's real. Storm passed. Tentative acceptance. Don't make me regret this. Fall winds carried change. Ryan's departure neared U Chicago. Acceptance. Tearful goodbye at airport. Promises, weekend visits. Holidays. He boarded. Wave lingering. Emptiness hit. But Alex stepped up. He's an idiot for leaving you. Bond mended. Stronger. Months, blurred letters. Calls. Visits. Ryan thrived. Sketches of us in dorms. I applied transfers. Art blooming. Holidays home. Cautious reunions. Families warming slowly. Mom's hug tentative. His dad's grunt softer. Spring break, reunion. Ryan's flight. Arms crushing. Missed you. Rekindled passion. But maturity tempered. Talks of future. Rings whispered. Alex best man jokes. Graduation, me on stage. Ryan in crowd. Proud tears. Speech. Love finds us in unexpected places. Friends. Family. Hidden corners. Applause. His kiss post-ceremony. Public first. Summer wedding. No elopement dream. But reality, apartments shared. Cities bridged. Value shown, love's resilience. Acceptance earned. Years later. Chicago loft. Alex visiting. Toasting. To not holding back. Ryan's arm around me. Full circle. Storms passed. Rainbows remained. Humanity in vulnerability. Drama in devotion. Meaning in enduring. The basement revelation hung like smoke after the storm cleared. The air thick with unspoken accusations as Alex's flashlight beam lingered on us. Frozen in that tangle of limbs and desperation. Ryan pulled away first. Shirt half tucked. His chest heaving not just from passion, but from the terror of exposure. Alex. Wait, he started. Voice cracking like the thunder outside. But his brother was already backing toward the stairs. Face a mask of disgust and dawning comprehension. I reached out. Please. It's not, but words failed. Dissolving into the patter of rain on the tiny basement window. Alex's eyes, usually so full of easy camaraderie, now burned with a betrayal that cut deeper than any knife. And he spat. You two deserve each other. Before bolting up, doors slamming above us like a guillotine. Ryan cursed under his breath, raking hands through his hair. The vulnerability from moments ago hardening into resolve as he turned to me. This is it. Jason. No more hiding. His hand found mine in the dark. squeezing with a fierceness that grounded me amid the whirl. We waited out the night there, huddled under a musty quilt, whispering plans and fears how to face Alex in the morning. What to say to parents who still saw us as boys playing at manhood. Dawn filtered gray through the grime. And when we emerged, the house was silent. Alex's door shut tight. His truck gone. Ryan's mom, bleary-eyed over coffee, raised an eyebrow at our disheveled states, but said nothing. Her silence a small mercy. Alex returned midday, face set like stone, dropping his keys on the counter with a clatter that echoed our fracturing world. Kitchen. Now, he growled, and Ryan nodded, pulling me along like a shield. The linoleum felt cold underfoot as we sat. The table a battlefield. How long? Alex demanded, eyes flicking between us, landing on me with accusation. Since the blizzard, Ryan admitted, chin lifted, no apology in his tone. Alex's laugh was hollow, bitter. My best friend, sneaking around like some soap opera shit. Did you plan this? Laugh about it behind my back. The words stung, painting us as villains in our own story. And I leaned forward, voice trembling but steady. Never. It just happened. But it's real. Alex. I love him. The confession hung, raw and unadorned. And for a heartbeat, silence reigned, broken only by the drip of the faucet. Ryan reached for his brother's shoulder, but Alex jerked away. Don't. You think this doesn't fuck everything up? Dad finds out. He'll lose it. Mom will cry for weeks. And me. I'm the idiot in the middle. His voice broke then, anger giving way to hurt. And Ryan's face crumpled. You're not in the Midleary family. Both of you. That's why we didn't tell you. Fear. Not shame. Tears tracked Alex's cheeks, and he swiped them angrily. Fear of what? Me judging. Damn right I am. This is my house. My life. But beneath the fury, confusion swirled, a boy grappling with a world bigger than his straight-laced upbringing allowed. We talked for hours, words tumbling like the rain. Ryan sharing his frat party regret. Me the locker room isolation. Alex admitting his own questions about a classmate last year. Quickly buried. By evening, exhaustion won. No hugs, but a nod. I need time, he said, retreating, leaving us to clean up the emotional wreckage. The days that followed were a tightrope walk. Alex civil at meals, monosyllabic elsewhere. His presence a constant reminder of the chasm. Ryan and I tiptoed around displays of affection. But in private, the intensity burned hotter, as if defying the world with every touch. One night, after Alex stormed out for a drive, Ryan pulled me to the roof. Stars winking above the suburbs glow. Remember our first kiss? He murmured, lips brushing my neck. I nodded, shivering not from cold. Felt like flying. We lay there, bodies aligned, dreaming aloud of Chicago's anonymity, where hand-holding wouldn't raise brows. But reality intruded, my mom's call. Probing about, that nice Ryan boy seems you two are thick as thieves. Guilt gnawed. Secrets spread like weeds. School resumed. A pressure cooker. Alex and I shared classes. Hallways echoing with unspoken tension. He sat with other friends at lunch. But once. Passing notes, talk after. The bleachers after practice. Sunset painting the field gold. It's weird. Man. Picturing you. With him. His flush said more than words. Vulnerability mirroring mine. But if it's love, like in those movies you draw, maybe it's okay. Laughter bubbled. Tentative. And we fist bumped. Bridge mending plank by plank. Ryan noticed, pulling me close that night. Proud of you, he whispered, and the praise warmed deeper than any embrace. But family fronts loomed. Ryan's dad, sensing discord, cornered him in the garage. Boys been moping. You two fighting over something stupid. Ryan's jaw tightened. Nothing you need to know. The evasion sparked suspicion, leading to a family dinner where eyes darted like daggers. I was invited. Buffer. But the air crackled. Dad's toast to traditional values landed heavy, and Ryan's fork clattered. Traditions change. Dad. People do too. Silence fell. Charged. And I held my breath. But he backed down, muttering about football highlights. Later, in Ryan's room, he paced. Can't breathe here. Need out. The transfer papers to UChicago sat on his desk. Signed. A ticket to freedom and separation. My own battles escalated. Parents found a sketch mine of Ryan sleeping. Tender lines betraying intimacy. Who's this? Mom asked. Voice soft but edged. Friend. I echoed old lies. But her eyes searched. Jason. If there's something. We love you. The opening cracked. But fear sealed it. Dad's gruff. Boys your age experiment and let it derail you. The casual dismissal stung, pushing me to Ryan's arms that night. Sobbing. They suspect. He held me. Rocking. When I'm gone. Tell them. With me far. It's safer. Departure day dawned crisp. Airport buzzing with farewells. Alex there. Hug awkward but real. Don't be a stranger. Bro. Ryan's eyes met mine. Glistening. 6 weeks. Then I fly you out. The kiss goodbye. Chased on cheek for show. But his whisper, love you more than air. Plane taxied. An emptiness yawned. Cleveland's skyline shrinking. Distance tested like acid. Calls nightly. Voices bridging miles. But jealousy crept Ryan's tales of dorm mates. Parties. Any guys catching your eye? I'd joke. But insecurity laced. Only you. Idiot. Visits bridged, spring break. His campus alive with ivy and intellect. Us wandering lakeside. Hands linked openly. This could be us. He said. And I nodded. Applications submitted. Homefronts shifted. Alex came out to Lusby. Crushing on a barista. Your fault. He teased. But gratitude shone. My confession to parents. Dinner. Hands clasped under table. Mom cried. Dad silent. Then hugged. As long as happy. Ryan's family fractured more dads rage upon learning. Disowning threats. Mom mediated. Give him time. Alex defended. He's your son. Not a scandal. Summer reconciliation, family barbecue. Tensions simmer. Dads grunt over beers with Ryan. Treat him right. Progress. Fragile. Fall semester. Ryan's gig open mic. Me an audience. Heart swelling at his song For the Boy Who Stayed. Encore kiss. Stage lights forgiving. Thanksgiving home. Tables full. Toasts to new beginnings. Alex's girl. My hand in Ryan's under cloth accepted. If wary. Winter gripped Chicago with icy fingers. But Ryan's apartment was a haven of warm fairy lights strung across exposed brick. His guitar propped in the corner. Our sketches pinned to the fridge like love letters made permanent. I visited for finals week. Cramming beside him at the kitchen table. Our feet tangled under it. The world outside a blur of snow and students hustling to lectures. You're distracting me. He'd grumble when I'd steal a kiss between equations. But his smile betrayed him. Eyes crinkling in that way that still made my stomach flip. Those days were idle. A preview of life untethered, cooking pasta that stuck to the pot. Laughing over burnt garlic bread. Collapsing into bed with Netflix glow and whispered confessions about the future gallery shows for my art. His music degree leading to studios. A shared lease somewhere with a view of the lake. But idols crack under pressure. Back in Cleveland. Alex's acceptance grew, but ripples spread. School whispers someone saw a photo from my visit. Ryan's arm around me at a cafe. Posted carelessly. Harper's got a boyfriend. Gross. Lockers slammed with slurs. And I retreated, sketching alone in the art room. Line sharp with anger. Alex confronted the ringleader. Fists clenched. Say it to my face. Asshole. Loyalty burned. But isolation deepened. Home. Parents' support waned under church pressure. Moms, Bible study, friends gossiping. Dads, keep it quiet, sighs heavy. Ryan sensed over calls. Come here. Transfer now. I resisted costs. Unfinished semester, but the pull tugged. Valentine's surprise, he flew in. Roses and that citrus cologne. Sweeping me to the rooftop under stars. Marry me, he said. Not ring, but poem. Words etched on paper. Not today, but soon. Tears froze on my cheeks. Yes. A vow against the cold. Spring thawed secrets. Alex dated his barista. Double dates, awkward but fun, four of us at diners. Sharing fries and stories. You two are disgustingly cute. He'd grown. But eyes soft. Ryan's dad reached out, letter. Gruff, miss you. Son. Doors open. Tentative visit. Dinner stiff. But hug at end. Proud. If you'll have it. My transfer approved. U Chicago art program. Packing party. Alex helping. Boxes labeled Jason's Great Escape. Don't forget us, little people. He joked. But hug lingered. Airport again. Ryan waiting. This time pulling me into forever. Campus life whirlwind. Dorm to apartment shuffle. Class is challenging. But Ryan's hand steady. First gallery, show me pieces. Abstracts of longing. Him in front row. Tears proud. His recital. My cheers loudest. Summer internship for me. Tours for him, road trip. Motels and memories. Making love under motel neon. Laughing at flat tires. Fall. Engagement whispers to friends, Alex best man. Ring simple silver. Families blend, my parents meet his mom. Toasts tentative. Holiday proposal, proper lake, Michigan shore. Knee in sand. Forever. Ring glints. Always. Wedding, small backyard, Cleveland. Alex officiating, joke. Vows tearful. You made me brave. Dance under lights. Full circle. Years on. Loft, Fuller canvases. Sheet music. A dog named Storm. Alex visits with kids. Uncle Jason. Tell the story. We do. Edited for ears. But essence. Love's drama. Worth every gay can twist.